in the middle of the night. I'd go walking in the streets. Would you come, take a walk with me? Take a walk with me. Let's take a walk on the streets and see what the world should be. For just a little while, I gotta tell you, friend, I wanna make you smile. Hey, there you are. How's it going, everybody? CDW, it's good to chat with you for seconds. Say hi at least today. Just a little jaded. Hello. Julia Jane, you guys don't lose me here. Stick around for a second because I got an important update. First time, I think, in my life, I've been asked to go on a panel. So, update. Woo. Yeah, kind of a big deal. Anyway, my boy, Joe Cool, has invited me. And so it's not everybody's daily panel, because Johnny 5-0 is supposed to be on this panel. And I haven't seen Johnny 5-0 on a panel personally. I don't think ever. There's supposed to be just a big dog show. So that's at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Currently, it's 3:52 Mountain Standard Time. So if your guess is as correct as mine, then you'll be wanting to come back to my channel, but to NYC Tyrant Hunter, who's supposed to be doing this show tonight. There's like 15 people over a 2-hour segment from 8 till 10 Eastern. But I don't know if a lot of you know Eric was in court today. Of course, I tried to call and find out if they were going to let me in the building. The dispatch refused to answer, and I did not get a connection to people who would communicate that opportunity. So I told them very clearly I wanted to invite 100 of my closest friends to go to the Jefferson County Jail, to go to courtroom 1B this morning and testify on behalf of Eric Brandt. I called because I haven't had time to write the letter. For those of you who are keeping up with the status of things, you know that the Denver jail has asked for 1,000 masks. The sheriff's department, for inmates, and yes, the workers. And so we're on mask making adventures and escapades. We've got a variety of mask styles that are going out. We're working on masks for both. Damn it, I forgot to fix that problem again. For both the inmates and the workers. And so we've got some updates though, and I really got some updates that I got to get to because I need to stay focused and I got to tie some things together with masks. So while I'm digging for the most important tool in the toolbox, which is, if anybody's guess is good, will be seen when I come back with them in my hand. So, I need scissors, absolute head scissors. I want you guys to know a couple of things. I got some emails today. The Jefferson County Health Department wants to make a notice record. Yes. So, running around my own house trying to be quick about things here. I've got to be ready for my big Friday night activity. We have an update on Eric. his update is that the lawyer said that they had a status update. They did not let Eric out of the jail. They only allowed him on to the space where he could be on a video camera. It could have been the same phone he calls us on. I don't know for sure. It was a status update. That's what they want to call it now. It wasn't a sentencing hearing as is did. And if you are following the Eric Brandt saga, you know that he has been in jail for a variety of activities around First Amendment free speech protesting, and that his convictions are for things like flashlights, words, and he has never actually committed a crime, right? Unlike the Denver Police Department, which today, in disobedience of the mayor's orders, were within 3 feet of one another with no masks on. They're a workforce of over 500 people, I think, for the city and county of Denver. So I caught a whole squad of them with their sergeant, all running amok downtown, hanging out at the Capitol. On state property they were stationed, to be truthfully told. The governor posted today that there were threats of an illegal protest with guns physically present. Now, if you saw a couple of weeks ago, we were at the Open the State protest, and they had arrested a man. He had a gun present physically, and his wife, Betsy Peeler. I like the fact that you're peeking in the window. That's kind of a tiny font too. So today, I did not see any guns. I did not see any gunplay. I also did not stay for the entire thing, because the inmates at the jail are more important to me than the criminals out there. And so the cops not wearing their masks, not a big deal. It is, though, because there's such a big crew, right? We have meat packing factories where people are dying, and multiple people dying because of the close proximity of work conditions, right? We've got inmates at jails like Eric Brandt who have no capacity for self-care in the manner of clean and efficient mask for every meal. At the Denver jail, inmates were given a couple of masks, so they gotta check in on things. But the big updates are really that we're still making a shitload of masks. I'm gonna be live on NYC Tyrant Hunters panel tonight with Joe Cool, Johnny 5-0. There's supposed to be like 40 or 50 cats on that show. And so while all of you are peeking in real quick, I want you to know that I'm going to be live tonight. It's Friday night. We're gonna get these things traced out so that I can be sewing, that we can be manufacturing masks for the inmates at the jail while I'm in the panel. And I want to encourage you all to come. I want you to encourage the people that you chat with throughout the day to come. Like I said, Johnny 5-0 is going to be there. And I saw they were in the park the other day. People wearing masks, people not wearing masks. I was downtown Denver live. I see that a lot of people are peeking in, and I appreciate that because we're doing what it takes. I got invited, and I'm just blessed to have been invited to this because I'm an activist. I guess there's going to be a lot of cop watchers on there. So like, maybe Monk Eye will be there, maybe Liberty, but I heard big dogs. You know, the California big Texas dogs, the New York style big dogs. So I was told. And so I'm excited to be on that panel right now. For those of you who are wondering, what I'm doing is I'm making filters. And I've got vacuum cleaner bags that we're going to be utilizing, and I've got these green things that we're going to be utilizing. But I don't have right now, so I came to a miniature halt on the mass production, and so we're prepping is what we're doing. And so, for those of you who did not see today, I was live at the Capitol. Yesterday, I was live with the homeless. And I want to talk about the homeless because Denver Homeless Out Loud. If you're, for those of you who are on Facebook, and I hope that they're part of Farmer, maybe you can help me out here. For those of you who are on Facebook, we want to find Denver Homeless Out Loud. And we want you to be able to get their Facebook live streams if you're in that media, because then you're going to see the things that you didn't see yesterday. What you didn't see yesterday was people's tents being thrown in the garbage can. Instead, what you saw was people's property being wrapped up and put in garbage cans so they could go pick it up. Well, today, Denver Homeless Out Loud videotaped people's stuff being thrown in the garbage cans. So if you've got a link on there, moderators for Facebook, Denver Homeless Out Loud. And thank you, Betsy Peeler. I'm glad to have you here. I'd like to tell you that I'm the real deal, but half the time I'm a fucking asshole. About it. Maybe because it's so real to me. I was at the protest today. I was expecting to see semi-automatic weapons on the shoulders of militia members. They did not come in Colorado. They went in Michigan, but they didn't come in Colorado. We did have concealed carry permit people on site. The police were catching a couple of them who had their shirts up and their holsters revealed a little bit. But overall, today was just another day of stupidity that I don't believe it. We survived it. All these people aren't sick. They don't get it. So what's going to happen is there's going to be another wave. And history and science are just the way it works. I have a degree in science, so I had to learn about how this shit happens. And the reality is that, like, there's ripples, right? So go skip a water on a pond and watch the ripples. If you do something, your impacts will impact other people to do things. When I've been hanging out with Eric Brandt, with other activists at the Capitol, or at the courthouses, right? Like, the lifestyle of being knee deep and in the trenches is concerning. What is the deal with the government banning certain types of guns? I haven't studied it, but I'm going to tell you, I'm sure it's bullshit. But, find a tool to kill a man, take that tool away from the man, and watch him be oppressed by a stronger tool than the one he's not allowed to have. That's my honest and quick, immediate thought. So you want to take guns away from stupid people, that's fine. They're still going to other things. That's why meth and heroin are rampant in Denver and in the metro area, right? You want to give up your right to a gun because you want to have marijuana? I get it. That's cool, right? I did that. I do that. Sometimes. Maybe. Maybe not all the time. Should you have space in another place? Should you be sure to have opportunities to get away from insanities to less dense populations? Yeah. But then you go and look at where the less dense populations are, and they're still dense. It's less dense was the word I used. So, yeah, folks, I'm just hanging out right now, getting these t-shirt bags ready for filtration. And then we're going to start piecing and sewing together chains of masks. I had some people make some traces over the last couple days, and I got to piece those together and then sew them together. So these are a little bit quicker, and I'm still experimenting. That's why we've been doing a little bit of the back and forth. I do want to thank, with huge amount of love and respect, everybody out there that's helped buy a mask, participate in sharing the info, protesting, standing up for what you believe in, giving toilet paper to the neighbor who can't buy any and doesn't know how to live by the four square rule. It doesn't matter. I see a lot of you in there saying hi to each other. Denver Homeless Out Loud, MVM, thank you very much. And so I want you guys to, if you're on Facebook, I know sometimes you never go follow the links and click. But mentioning follow the links and click, I got to get off of doing my mask making stuff for a minute and get you guys to focus on this. Okay, so Denver Homeless Out Loud update May 1st to May 31st. Yesterday, the city swept half the blocks that they had scheduled to sweep on the 30th. They came back today and swept the other half. However, these sweeps were a bit different than usual. They did not use police tape, camping ban enforcement, or fences, rocks to keep people displaced from the public strips. People were able to move right back into those blocks after the sweep. Police and city officials would not tell street residents that they could come back, but they also did not tell them not to. They just left people confused and stressed out on where to go. After we began to spread the word that the mayor's chief of staff had said in an email that once each specific area is cleaned, people experiencing homelessness may return to the cleaned area if they choose to do so. People began to lose their stress. And they settled back into the tents that they were at in the locations. The mandate was to clean the sidewalk underneath of them. Okay? So today, when they came back to finish, a number of people were not at their tents because, they didn't know that the cleaning crews were coming. Their property was thrown into dumpsters. So yesterday, we watched them. No, I'm sorry. They were not being thrown into dumpsters. They were thrown into the garbage truck. And that's the mistake that they're using here. So, I want you guys to know that what we did yesterday was we held them accountable and we failed to show up today. That's the news. And when you go to Denver Homeless Out Loud, you're going to see what I saw this morning while I was going to buy paracord. Somebody wasn't at their tent, and it went straight into the back of the garbage truck and not into the garbage containers like they did yesterday. Because they didn't finish yesterday, and we didn't stay, because we got lives and protests and masks to make. In other news regarding Eric Brandt and the Jefferson County Jail, we have an email from the elusive Otto the Watchdog, located somewhere in the United States of America. And you're going to love this, okay? We're going to half an hour and I'm done because I'm going to be on a thing later and I got shit to do. But J.M. Fulton at jefferson.co.us indicates that some of you aren't nice. You don't like my techniques. You're more Eric, or maybe you're your own style. Maybe you're Otto style. Maybe you're James Freeman style, or Furry Potato style. I don't really know what your style is. But I like my style. I like to be polite, courteous, fucking pissed off when I need to be. But the Jefferson County Jail has said that they have 5 people who have tested positive. Now, Eric Brandt was in video chat today for a status hearing, but that's not why he was in court. See, I'm going to try to zoom in on my camera. Alright, I'm going to try to do this. So we're going to zoom in on the court dates. Can you see that, folks? Eric Brandt this morning had a motions hearing. and he had a motions hearing, and he had a sentencing hearing, all combined today. It's right there. You can see it. Okay. Only problem is that he wasn't present. People were not allowed into the building. The public was not allowed into the building. I called. They wouldn't answer my questions. Abby tried to get connected, I guess. So we'll find out what Liberty Freak has to say about it. But as for myself, I called. They wouldn't answer my questions. They weren't going to let us in last time. They weren't letting us in today. I got a text message not to go because they weren't going to let us in. So I didn't. And they didn't have the proper things that they were supposed to do for Eric. So he's supposed to have a hearing on the 12th and a jury trial on the 13th. Jury trials. And they're just going to skip them. Right? I don't know. All I know is I think the lawyer was at the courthouse. And there was a video of Eric. That's what I understood it to be by email from Scott, the lawyer. So we want to just check real quick, and you're gonna have to deal with this because Jefferson COVID press release. Let's just see what they have to say. Okay. Jefferson Offices are closed. Why is it important? Why is it important, folks? Because they say that they have 5 detentions. Staff test positive. 2 inmates have tested positive. 1 was arrested by another agency and taken directly to the hospital due to symptoms. Tested positive at the hospital. He was isolated at the jail until his release. Another inmate was quarantined after booking. All new inmates are quarantined for 14 days. And during his 10th day of quarantine, he became symptomatic. We transported him to the hospital where he tested positive. That individual was released from our custody while he was still at the hospital. We don't know how you got 27 deputies presumptive positives, but it's not correct. They began testing on April 14th. With a rapid response testing. Yesterday was the last day that they were going to test during that time frame. And they had 20 test presumptive positive. All of them doing the nose swabs. 4 have been confirmed. 12 have been confirmed as negative. And 4 are pending. So they're changing the numbers. But they're saying 20 were tested, not 27. Well, okay. We did not have an outbreak at the jail because the inmates are not contracting COVID while they're in our custody. Public health is aware of COVID cases, and they're helping us to monitor those cases so we can continue to prevent an outbreak. I want to let you know that an inmate died in our custody today. That's right, folks. The update on Eric Brandt. An inmate died in custody at the Jefferson County Jail. He was found by a deputy at 5:15 a.m. The 4th check in a 50-minute window. In addition, a withdrawal protocol. So that's what they're saying is that person was on drugs. He was isolated in medical because when he was booked on the 27th, he said he had a fever, cough, and shortness of breath. We checked his temperature many times, and he did not have a fever during any of those checks, but we isolated him from other inmates in case. So this is a couple days ago, it looks like. What's the date on the email? No, that was today. Okay. So, we checked his temperature. Whoever you may be, I appreciate your asking for this information politely. Why? They don't like polite. They don't like to listen and behave to polite. They don't like to answer the questions of polite, but they like to put a sugar coat that they do on it. And this Jenny Fulton, Director of Public Affairs, has been very kind. She has included for our boom. Let's take a look at the actions. I think we should just open this and no, we don't want to open it in docs. We want to open it just the way it is. Okay. What your Jeffco Sheriff's Office is doing to keep employees and inmates safe. Modules at half capacity or less to allow for space between inmates. Oh, how nice is that? Isn't that wonderful? They're only keeping half the people in jail. They're housed in single cells when possible, and more people are in jail at home. And they're using old uniforms to make masks for inmates and staff. Have you seen one of those face masks? They're not like this. They're more like this. Not something that would cover the nose, but maybe somebody that would cover the mouth, right? They hang, they have droopy sides, so maybe somebody's expected to wear it this way so that it's like, oh, there's all this air over here on the side of my face where it doesn't work today, right? Okay, so they've got face coverings, and they're required for inmates and staff in all common areas. No. See, here's the problem. In common areas, okay? The sheriff walks out of his car. He's supposed to put his mask on. He's not supposed to leave. Or maybe when he enters the door. Maybe he wears no mask walking up to the door. But he enters the building in either a room that is sterilized in between each officer, and he's put on his protective gear, and he carries in, right? That's what you'd think anyway. Visitations, off-site public video visits only, phone or video attorney or professional visits, video court used for court. Okay, so if it's video court, then everything has to happen. That means I get to watch the court date with a link at my house. I get to be unmuted so that I can gasp in awe or horror and be rebuked by the judge. Silence you sitting in the audience. Isolation and quarantine for inmates. And additional measures. Inmates who have at least 50% of their sentence meet all requirements are released early. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? Isolation and quarantine for all new inmates. You guys who just got here, you're going to stay away from that general pop. But we're going to keep all of you together as well, right? With symptoms, they're isolated again if they're symptomed. They go up to the sick floor. Employees are screened when arriving and returning to work. Inmates who leave a module are screened for their symptoms before they leave. So you get the temperature test all the time to make sure they're good. For quarantine or isolation modules, only one inmate is allowed in the day room at a time. Well, if they're all quarantined and isolated, why are they only one at a time in the day room? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. That's what they're responding to. But understand that somebody died at the Jefferson County Jail today. Okay? They have 5 positives. This is the information, okay? So you've gotten it, I've gotten it, we've gotten it, everybody's shared it. So Otto, thank you very much for your work. Should we talk about anybody else? No, we don't need to focus on that stuff. Okay, thank you. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so it's half an hour, folks. I got to keep working. What happened to Eric today was that there was a video visit. We're not listening. I'm sorry. I've repeated this, Don, and maybe you just came in, and I shouldn't be rude. I'm just see the bag starting to form under my eyes. Here's what happened. Eric had a video visit. We were not allowed to be present. They called it a status hearing. He wasn't sentenced, allegedly, but they're looking at options for sentencing him. Yeah. So who's involved? Is the ACLU involved? Is a flashlight really something that's so worthy of criminal conduct charges? Are they trying to stack them and get them 3, 4 times the charge, different counties, different cases, send them up the mountain for a while? It's possible. I wouldn't bet on it, but I wouldn't bet against it either. Which is why we have to keep fighting. We have to talk about these things. So I'm going to be on NYC Tyrant Hunter tonight at 6 o'clock. It's 420. Happy 420, everybody. Jeremiah Raber, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I tried to come onto your thing last night and talk, and I was exhausted and tired and had done way too much in the sun, the homeless, everything else. I typed 1 or 2 comments into your feed and passed out. So, Raber, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Are you one of the people that's been invited to this show tonight? I don't know who has. I just know that Joe Cool, Johnny 50 were mentioned. I'm assuming people out of like California, San Luis, I think I heard, was invited. It should give you more time. I want to give you a thought on writing a letter. I want you to think about citing case law. I want you to think about constitutional rights, about journalistic rights, about the 1st, the 4th, the 13th or 14th. Okay, Carolina Kelly, I'm going to be on North Carolina Tyrant Hunter. Yeah, 420, that's the pot time when you get high. May Day, May 1st, International Workers' Day. Thank you, Boss Mayor. No, that wasn't Boss Mayor. That was Right and Wrongs, I think. I missed the chat feed. MVM's in here. Everybody's just passing fast. This conversation is going. So, whoever it was, NYC Tyrant Hunter, that's where we're at. The feed cut up. Right and Wrongs, that's it. So, we're going to be live tonight. I'm going to get off this. Happy 422. I got to cut and prep mess so that I'm working hard while we're doing the show. I'm going to be batteried up, charged, ready to go, get my own energy up. We're going to rock out, have a great time on a Friday night. I hope all of you would join me there. Share and tell other people. If you're watching channels all day, surfing, whatever, tell other people. Let's go. Let's get this boosted up. Let's get a few hundred people in there and enjoy a conversation, enjoy the efforts, share the work of us activists who are out there hustling. And let's talk about cop watching too while we're at it. Are they activists? Are we all activists? What's the difference? Do they do good work? Do any of us do good work? I don't know what the questions tonight are going to be, but I've been thinking about this. So I didn't feel that being at the rally was important. What other shit to do? I talk to you, I make masks. There's the scissors. I'm getting back to work. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you tonight. 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Pacific. How do you like that craziness? Talk to you soon. There's the link. Have a great day.